name is Lefaivre, and I am a success coach here in Cochrane, Alberta. I run my business online, so I help coach women in health and wellness as well as in business. So I originally started my business about 5.5 years ago, coaching women primarily in their health goals. And my business has evolved to be able to help women grow their business and help them achieve their goals in their business in a smarter way and work smarter, not harder. So I really help my clients really discover who their ideal client is and learn to market themselves in their business and achieve their goals by attracting their ideal client to them. Now, I have over this past year written a book called Fitness to Freedom, and it's a collaboration between myself and 20 other women. So it's women from Canada and the United States, and we're all sharing our stories and our journeys through fitness, overcoming obstacles and our struggles in fitness, and how where we are today in our own health and fitness journey as well. So there's a story in there for everyone. So if you're struggling with something in your health and fitness, this is definitely a book for you. It's kind of like the chicken soup for the soul type of book, where you get to read stories about different women and different things that they had to overcome to become who they are today, and how fitness or health has helped guide them through that. And so it's a really great book. So so it's called Fitness to Freedom, and again, it's a story between 20 other myself and 20 other women. And then I also have a podcast called The Thriving Woman. So I do solo episodes, and I also interview other women from all over in business who come on and they share their stories and how they got into entrepreneurship, the struggles and obstacles that they've had to overcome. But it is really a podcast for women who want to dream big, who have big goals for themselves. So we do a lot of talk about goal setting on there. We talk about there's a lot of mindset on there. And it's not just for the entrepreneur. If you're not an entrepreneur, this is definitely still a podcast for you, where you're gonna come and learn and grow and learn to overcome your fears and go for your big dreams and goals. So my top tips for setting up your goals is really to have a clear idea of what it is that you want to achieve. Sometimes we set goals for ourselves and it's really not clear or it's too general or too big of a goal, and we're not really narrowing it down to being specific. So have a really clear goal of what you want to achieve, and then narrowing it down to breaking it down into a 90-day sort of sprint goal, I like to call it. Some people call it push goals, but I call it a sprint goal. So those are the shorter goals that you want to achieve for yourself. So you break it down into 90 days, but then we want to reverse engineer it to even smaller goals. So 30-day goals, take that 90-day goal, break it down to 30 days, to then weekly. And then when you have that weekly goal, you need to break it down to actionable items. So let's say, for example, I use this example all the time for health and fitness. If you want to lose 30 pounds in 90 days, well, you need to break that down to maybe 10 pounds a month, to maybe it's 2 pounds a week, right? Well, we're not going to focus on our daily actions as being, I'm going to lose a pound today, or half a pound today. We're going to focus on what are the actions I need to do in order to lose those 2 pounds in that week. So it might be, eating really healthy. It's moving my body for 30 minutes a day, getting enough sleep, drinking water. So this can apply to your business as well. If you want to bring in more clients into your business, well, how many do you want to bring in over that 90 days? Break it down to smaller 30-day, weekly goals, and then you're going to create some actionable items. What do I have to do every day to attract more clients to my potential clients to my business? What do I need to do every day in order to nurture those potential clients and then converting them from potential clients to actual customers and clients? So we want to focus on those daily actions, and that helps us to really get clear and be more focused on achieving that goal. So we're going to do those daily actions, and when we're really successful, we break it down to something really, really small that we can do every day, then we can be successful, right? It's really scary to look at a goal over 90 days or a year and how big it is, and sometimes that deters us from achieving that goal because we haven't achieved it on day one. But you're not going to lose 30 pounds in one day. But I can be successful if I show up today and work out for 30 minutes. I can be successful today if I show up and eat really healthy. So every single day you get to be successful, and that builds your confidence, and that helps you to continue to work towards that bigger 90-day goal. The top goal that I've set for myself and achieved, wow, that's a really tough, well, it's a tough question, but it's a great question. I'm always setting new goals for myself. Some I haven't achieved yet, but some of the bigger wins that I have achieved would be, a few years ago, I had a goal while I was teaching full-time to build a business on the side and eventually grow it to a point that I could leave my full-time career as a teacher and do that full-time. And so that wasn't an easy goal to achieve. And again, going back and talking about those bigger goals and our 90-day sprint goals, I had to really break that down into something really small, and so that I could be successful every day. Because if I always had that vision of, growing my business to the point of leaving my full-time career and doing my business full-time, it would be really daunting. It would get really frustrating and overwhelming every single day if I wasn't at that point yet. So I broke it down to things that I could do every single day. If I show up to my business every single day, non-negotiables in my business, then I was gonna slowly build it to a point that would get me to leave my full-time career. So, I practice what I preach when it comes to goal setting, but that was one of the biggest goals that I've achieved. There's a few other big goals. One this past year was to write a book, and I did it. We just launched the book in November, called Fitness to Freedom. So that was a huge goal of mine, to become a published author. And now not only am I a published author, but a best-selling author through Amazon. So if you have a big goal and a dream, you can achieve it. It is possible. Use me as an example, but really look at that goal and break it down into smaller pieces to get you to the bigger point. So in my opinion, it's really important we set goals, because that gives us clarity and direction. So often I see people who are afraid to set goals because they're afraid to fail. So they don't set them. But if we don't set goals, we don't grow, and we possibly don't go anywhere. That we set ourselves up to end the year as we started every single year after year. So if you have a growth mindset, if you have if you want to set big goals, if you have dreams for yourself that you want to achieve, it's really important that you set those goals. And I will tell you, you will fail or you will stumble. There's going to be obstacles that get in the way. And I think being really aware that that happens will help you moving forward. So know that you're going to fail and fall, but having that growth mindset and long-term mindset, know that those failures are not an example, or it's not a lesson for you to say, okay, it didn't work, so I have to quit. This goal is not achievable for me. Failure is just feedback for you. It's feedback to tell you, okay, this is what I need to do next. So if it didn't work, what do I do next time? Let's go back to a health goal. Let's say today I just ate like crap. I didn't eat well at all. A lot of people will see that as a failure, and they just quit on their goal. But instead of quitting, look at it, revise it. Look at what was it today that had me struggling with eating really healthy. Maybe I didn't plan out my day. Maybe I didn't have any healthy food prepped in the fridge for me to eat. Or maybe today was totally overwhelming and I ended up emotionally eating. Well, why did I do that? So you always have to have this mindset of you know, how can I do better next time? Where did I struggle? What was the problem here? Always having this solution mindset versus, you know, sort of the victim mindset of like, well, this didn't work, so I quit and I give up. So having that solution-based mindset, you're always finding a solution to the problem. So if it didn't work, if you failed, if it's not going the way you wanted, okay, let's revise, let's look at this, reevaluate it, and then create a new plan moving forward. Using a planner is a really great way to help you set up your goals and to really break them down so that you can set yourself up for success. So there's a lot of power into writing things down versus typing them out, and really being able to have them visually there in front of you. One of the things I love using a planner for is, you know, setting up my goals for not just the, you know, the year, but breaking it down to those 90-day sprint goals, and then also my weekly goals. So I really love being able to have it in front of me and always be reminded of the goal that I'm working towards, so that I know that I'm always moving forward in achieving that 90-day sprint goal. So, you know, using the boxes on your journals and on your planners, you know, being able to look at the week ahead and what do I need to do to achieve that goal. So really spacing in here, you know, let's say you have a health and fitness goal or a business goal, where are you gonna put in on your planner, where are you going to schedule in the activities, those daily actions that you need to do in order to achieve that goal. So that weekly goal that you have for yourself that's working towards that 90-day sprint goal. So you can use the little daily boxes of, you know, at what time am I going to actually go and work out? Like, set an appointment for yourself. You know, at what time am I going to actually sit down and work my business? So set an appointment with yourself as if you would with a doctor or a dentist. You're not going to cancel those appointments, so don't cancel those appointments on yourself for your business or for your health. So schedule those things in. You know, you can use the boxes on the side to write out your goal every single day of what you want to achieve, or every single week as a reminder. At the beginning of the week, you know, this is what I'm working towards over the next 90 days. And so it's that constant reminder of what you're working towards. And when we remind ourselves of that, it gives us that power to, you know, make sure that our actions align with our goals every single day and every single week.